get ready.
This is the voice of Wayne America.
Lighten up, Francis.
With your host,
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Mike Carnes.
How do you measure yourself with other golfers?
By height.
Only at WayneAmerica.com.
The supernova's gonna kill us all.
Okay, this guy is the real zero, that's true. Let's just think back when you guys were freshmen, huh?
.com.
Greetings from Wayne America. This is the Voice of Wayne America podcast, an exclusive here at WayneAmerica.com. I'm your host, Mike Carnes, and every week here on Voice of Wayne America, we talk with somebody who has some kind of connection to our wonderful community here in Wayne. It's either a local resident, former resident, somebody who has some kind of tie to the community, and we talk about the best town in all of Nebraska, if not all of America, and we've already decided that the best town in America is Wayne America, of course. So that's what we're talking about here on the podcast. And we want to thank our sponsors for the program, including AKA 142 Media, and your business can also be mentioned here. You can email me at mike@mikeycproductions.com for more information. Now, on Friday, the Chamber of Commerce traditionally has hosted a chamber coffee, and the chamber coffee is usually held at some place in the community, a business in the community, or an organization will host it somewhere. And it's always really a neat and informative opportunity to learn more about a particular part of the community of Wayne America. This week's chamber coffee is going to be kind of a special one. It's going to be held at Providence Medical Center on Friday about 10 o'clock, and there's a very special announcement regarding the future of the hospital that will be a part of that. And joining us this week on Voice of Wayne America is a guy that I've really gotten to enjoy getting to know over the years that I've been here. A lot of times we'll sit and talk about sports. If you see Galen Wiser and I together, odds are that we're probably talking about the College World Series or the NFL or something like that, because we're both passionate sports fans in that regard. But Galen is a member of the Providence Medical Center Board of Directors and is chairing this capital fundraising effort for the hospital. And I know that there's been a lot of change at the hospital over the last decade. A few years ago, we had the big addition to the facility that brought the wellness center out of the basement and out on the main floor there, and moved the the Providence Physical Therapy to the main campus there. And now there's a construction project that is about a little more than halfway through, and has brought some great additions to the hospital there as well. So really, right now, there's a lot of nice stuff happening at Providence Medical Center.
Yes, there really is, Mike. We're excited about it. I think the main thing to start off with is the fact that this renovation didn't come up overnight. It's been in the strategic plan for a decade, and we moved it up to the 5-year plan and eventually up to the 1-year plan. And our hospital is an extremely good hospital. It's one of the top 100 critical access hospitals in the country. And that's not a site that we pay to belong to. That's a site that ranks critical access hospitals. And the hospital was built in 1975. And other than the wellness center, not any major renovations whatsoever made for all of those years. So we were due, and we're positioning Providence Medical Center and Northeast Nebraska for the future.
And I know, talking about this latest construction with Jim Frank, who's the CEO there at Providence, these changes have been made to help position the hospital for the future, for not only for Wayne County and the surrounding area. And it's really neat to see the progress of that construction going. I know the emergency facility was opened up, I believe, the end of the year last year, and looks fantastic, and a lot of stuff is continuing to go on there. And I know this capital campaign that we're talking about here today is something that's going to really help position the hospital for the future beyond that.
Yes, it will, Mike. It was exciting for us, and it's done in phases, and the emergency area was the first phase done, and we were excited to host an open house and had a tremendous response from the community as far as people that came in and toured the facility, and we were pretty excited about that. The project is a long project. We're nearing the halfway point. There's going to be a celebration for all the Providence Medical Center folks and associated members of our community the first part of March at the City Auditorium. The schedule that we're on right now is that we will be completed in March of 18. Originally, that schedule was July of 18, but we're working with Darland, and Darland is the group that built the the wellness center, and so we're feel very confident that we're ahead of schedule.
That's really nice because that was a huge project that going on, and you're doing a lot of stuff within the hospital itself, including the updating the electrical work, turning I guess making some bigger patient rooms, which is kind of you kind of have to plan around the stuff that's already going on in the hospital, and it's been really interesting to watch that progress and see them be able to do their work while not interrupting the work that the people at Providence Medical Center are doing for the patients and the people in the community.
And you hit the nail on the head, Mike, when you talk about working around people and that sort of thing. For example, dietary, which is our kitchen, and if you've ever had a meal at Providence Medical Center, it's kind of like being marooned at a steakhouse. But we're really, that's going to be one of our most difficult challenges. And we were talking, Jim was talking at the last board meeting, and we were joking about maybe we'll end up with a food truck for a period of time. And that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but that is going to be a difficult one. But so it's been a difficult experience in that sense for many of the 200 employees that we have, but they've really seemed to have approached it with a very good attitude.
Yeah, well, and if you think about it, I mean, if the food truck thing doesn't work out, you got Pizza Hut and McDonald's right down the street there. The Fourth Jug, you could probably maybe go get the buffet for lunch or something like that. So you're not completely shut out there if the food truck thing doesn't work out.
You got a lot of options.
A lot of options to work on. Yes, we're talking with Galen Wiser here from Providence Medical Center. He's a member of the hospital's board of directors and is spearheading, or I guess a chairman or a member of this steering committee for this capital project that the hospital has going on, and wanted to take a moment to talk about AKA 142 Media, because the big question that people ask is, what does AKA stand for? And what stands for many things, but the most important thing is that it stands for Awesome Kickin' Apps that can be downloaded to your phone or your tablet. Whether it's your school, your favorite youth sports program, or your local business, AKA 142 Media can build an awesome kickin' app that meets your needs. Drop Kevin an email at kevin@aka142.com and tell him that Mike sent you. That's AKA 142 Media, awesome kickin' apps. We're talking with Galen Wiser, the campaign chair for the steering committee for this capital project that Providence Medical Center is undertaking at this point. And you're a member of the Providence board, have been a member, this is, I believe, your third 4-year term on the board that you just started?
Yeah, this is my third year term, and I'm just starting that in January, so I'll be off 2 more years. I guess I'll be off at the end of 19, and I've really enjoyed serving, and Jim Frank came in where I work one day, and we sat down and closed the doors, and he said, I've talked to several people, and they've recommended that you be the chairman of this campaign. And I don't know if he was telling me the truth or not, but anyway, I fell for it. I've never been involved in fundraising before, but it's been fun, and we've looked at it in that light, that this is something that's extremely important for our community. So in that vein, in that sense, it's not hard to go out and ask people to help be a part of this capital campaign.
And I know that we talked in leading up to this interview about you have a personal vested interest of sorts with this hospital, and this hospital has been very important to you and your family as well. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I do, Mike. On Valentine's Day, it'll be 2 years now, the 14th of this month. I got sick. I went out on the driveway to get the newspaper, and I fell down and got up and fell down again, and got up and fell down again, and finally crawled into the garage and pulled myself up on the pickup and got into the house, and my wife Kathy took me to Providence, and in short order Gary West put me in an ambulance bound for Omaha, and they got me stabilized, and there's no doubt after 3 days when I came to in the med center that the things that Providence Medical Center done for me that day saved my life, and so I feel a great debt of gratitude to Providence and a lot of the fine people that work there.
Yeah, that's a great hospital here in town, and Galen obviously a fine example of the work that they do there with what he went through here a few years ago. Now, I know that you guys, your steering committee and the honorary committee that are part of this, there's been a lot of work that's been done on this already. And in fact, I talked with Sandy Bartling the other day, and of course, she's the public relations director at the hospital and president of the hospital foundation. And I was hoping to actually have her talk on the show today, but she's just like, Mike, I am just so busy with everything going on here and leading up to this campaign. And she asked me if I would talk to you instead, and I thank you for taking the time to do that. I know there's been a lot of people that are involved in making this happen, and thought maybe it'd be an opportunity for you to maybe tell us who some of the people are that are involved in this this effort.
Sure, Mike. It's my pleasure. Like anything that's worthwhile, it's not done by one person. It takes a team, and our team goes like this. The steering committee is Alan Harms from Wisner, Randy Peterson, of course, the Diamond King from Wayne, Cap Peterson from Wayne, Rod Tompkins from Wayne, and Jim Frank and Sandy Bartling, who are liaisons on the steering committee. Our honorary committee is Leslie and Tim Beebe, Robert and Debbie Enns, David and Donna Ewing, Pat Gross, David and Khaki Lay, Dr. Jim Lindau, and Marcy Thomas.
A great bunch of people there. And how I guess how long have you guys been meeting? And I guess tell me a little bit about some of the work that's been done to get you to this point.
I have to stop and think, Mike. I believe we started back in the early part of November, and the part of the campaign that we're in right now is called the quiet phase. And there's been a ton of work done by all of these people and other volunteers to get us through the quiet phase and get to the public phase, which will begin with February 17th with the Chamber Coffee.
All right, so a lot of work being done by these people, and obviously people that are very passionate about the community and about the future of the community, and also about Providence Medical Center in general. We're talking with Galen Wiser. He's the campaign chair of the committee here that's putting together a capital campaign for Providence Medical Center. There'll be a big announcement coming up on Friday the 17th at the Chamber Coffee there at Providence Medical Center at 10 a.m. And did want to take this opportunity to say that your business can be a sponsor here on the Voice of Wayne America podcast. This podcast is geared towards celebrating and promoting the community of Wayne America, which of course we're doing right here with the hospital today. And your business can be a part of this program by advertising as a sponsor. For more information, give me a call. That's Mike at 402-660-9682, or you can send me an email at mike@mikeycproductions.com. Wrapping things up with our interview with Galen Wiser, the campaign chair for the Providence Medical Center's capital campaign effort here. And as we said, the big announcement coming up Friday at 10 o'clock at the hospital during the weekly chamber coffee. And I guess this will be an opportunity maybe to talk a little bit about, I guess, the goal of the campaign, what the purpose of the campaign is for, and if somebody is interested in being a part of it, donating or helping out in some manner, what can they do?
Sure, Mike. Let me start by saying this is a $15 million project. All of this is public information. We have a $12.5 million bond issue. And then we have our capital campaign, and the goal there is $2.5 million. And we will unveil on Friday the 17th exactly where we're at. We have approximately 10 benevolent donors at this point that have given $25,000 or more. Many of these are naming rights to various areas of the hospital, and all of this will be disclosed also on our campaign announcement on the 17th.
Okay. And if anybody wants to donate to the campaign, is there an option or availability to do that?
There is, Mike, and now that we go public, there will be a letter writing campaign, and anyone who we've inadvertently missed, all they have to do is get in contact with Sandy Bartling at the foundation office, and she would be glad to help them. They can contribute, they can make a pledge over 3 years. If they really want to make a pledge over 5 years, people can do that. And so that's the best thing to do is go through Sandy, and we're gonna wind this up in June. June will be the end of it, and so we're heading toward that goal at this point in time.
All right, so effort being made by Providence Medical Center for this capital campaign, and as I said, the public announcement of it with all the details about where they're at and where they go from here will be made on Friday at Chamber Coffee at 10 o'clock at Providence Medical Center. So if you have an opportunity to get away from your job, or if maybe you are the boss, you can just go on your own. Like us, I wish I could be there, but unfortunately, I'm going to be at state wrestling when that announcement is made, so I won't be able to be there to see it in person. But if you have an opportunity, get to the hospital on Friday to Chamber Coffee at 10 o'clock, and there'll be a big announcement there at Providence Medical Center. So, Galen, I want to thank you for taking time to talk on Voice of Wayne America this week, and best of luck to you and everybody involved in making this campaign happen.
Thank you very much, Mike, and thanks for everything that you do for this community.
All right, thanks a lot. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Voice of Wayne America. Again, I want to thank our guest, Galen Wiser of the Providence Medical Center Board of Directors. Check back to WayneAmerica.com as we continue to tell the stories of the people who make this the best town in all of America. That's right here in Wayne America. Have yourselves a good one. We'll talk to you next week.